Hey guys, Kurdos here, Silverback Blueprint, day 5. I'm actually filming this on day 4, that's why I'm wearing the same sweater and the same shirt and the same hat, so don't think, I don't change my clothes and shit like that. That's wrong. It's the second point I wanted to cover, but I didn't want to put it out until tomorrow, or day 5, because day 4, you guys are dealing with the detox. So, what I want to talk about is, once we're on top of our nutrition, and we're working hard, we have the best intentions, there's going to be times, guys, when we run into problems. And one of the problems we're going to run into is we forgot one of the meals. Or we did have a crazy night and we're a bit behind on meal prep, right? It's not an excuse, it's a reason. It happens sometimes. So what I want to go over with you guys is a couple ways to get you out of trouble for that one meal that happens, right? And that's one meal. You need to get your shit back together and get on top of that second meal. So this is the gas station rescue. And what I always want you to think of is, we need to go into a situation, we're short on a meal, we're missing a meal, we need to have a meal, right? We have to try and eat every 3 to 4 hours to keep that metabolic activity going. That's why there's 4 meals a day on the meal plan. And I count the smoothies as a meal. 5 on the workout days sometimes. We'll get that in month 2. So, prime example is, I'm running around this morning, I had a lot of stuff to do. I slept in a bit, like I said, yesterday was a long day. Actually, yesterday, guys, I was up 21 hours. I was up at 4:15 getting started with my early morning ritual, and by the time I got home from SilverBack last night, that night, and settled down and stuff, it was 1:30, so almost 22 hours in a row I was up. So, got up this morning and I forgot one of my pre-made meals at hostel. I usually bring it home on the Thursdays, and I forgot it, right? It was a crazy night. So I'm driving around, I got to get to the post office this morning and send off a bunch of parcels for a mail order, and I'm hungry, I'm grumbling, I'm not going to be able to get to a meal, and I know I got to eat. So I walk in there, and of course, when I'm in the convenience store where the post office is, it's fucking Choco Fantastic Central. Everything's covered in chocolate, or at least that's how I look at it, and I'm hungry now. So what I do is I go right away and I grab a drink. So I grab a Diet Pop, right? I'm past the caffeine detox, so I'm allowed. So I get something to drink, and I know I'm probably thirsty as much as I am hungry, so I grab a drink of that way. And then what I do is I head over and I grab one of these bad boys. We've all seen these, little Tubo peanuts, and a little stick of beef jerky and stuff, right? And the reason why I choose these is because I know right off the bat that they're high in fat, they're high-ish in protein, and they're not too bad in carbs. Remember, in most of our meals, we're trying to hit 35 to 45 grams of protein. We're trying to keep the carbs at about 25 to 30 grams, and the fats we're trying to have, in the 15 to 20 gram range. That's kind of, if you look at your thing, that's kind of what you'll see when you look at your meal plan. So what I did is grab this. So right off the bat, Mr. Diet Pepsi, right? 0 calories. The peanuts, if you look at the back of the peanuts, in one Tubo peanuts, right, there is, where is it here, 26 grams of fat, and where is it here, 18 grams of carbs, and 14 grams of protein, right? My table's shaking, I apologize, right? So 26 fat, 18 carbs, and 14 protein, still within the numbers. But I know it's not quite enough, I gotta eat a little bit more, right? So here we go. Turn around and I grab the beef stick like I was telling you about. Now, the annoying thing is this little bastard doesn't have the food breakdown on it, the calorie breakdown. It's supposed to by law, so I'm going to fucking call my member of parliament and maybe Justin Trudeau and say, hey, you liberal bastard, what's going on with this stuff? I might not call him a bastard. Well, actually, I might not call him a liberal. He knows he's a liberal. I might call him a bastard. Anyway, right? It's a no-no. I don't know why they're allowed to do that with food. So I got to go into my interwebs, right? The internet, go to the old Google, right? Search it, find it, and then find the breakdown. And when I find the breakdown, right, eyes on me, guys. When I find the breakdown, I see, look at this, crazy. When I look at it, and that little tube, 28 grams of meat stick, had, where is it here? It had, boom, boom, boom. Why isn't it showing me? Sorry, 11 grams of protein. It had 7 grams of carbohydrates, and it had 1 gram of fat. So, if I add the two together, right, here comes the big math skills, guys. 7 grams of carbs plus 18, so I got 25 grams of carbs. Pow, inside my 30 gram of carb limit that I want. Protein, 14 and 11, 25, a little low, right, overall. And my fat, 27 grams of protein. So a little low on the protein, a little higher than I'd want to be on the fat, but just on the nail of the carbs, right? Carbs are the biggest thing we're trying to control when we're trying to lose weight. So all in all, it fit the bill. It got my meal. It got me in there. Now, positive. I got something in there, I'm digesting, and you know, the metabolic rate's going and stuff, and it's taking away some of the hunger. Right, very good. Not the cleanest source of protein, right? We talked a bit about nitrates and stuff like that causes water retention. But again, it's one meal, right, out of many. So I'm gonna be able to compensate and offset that quite well. The problem is if you can well imagine, if you guys look at your food when you have your Tupperware containers and you see, you know, that container full of food, right? I don't know what happened there. When you see that container full of food, right, it's a fair amount of food you're looking at. And then if you turn around and you look at this, right? Even though I ate this and it, you know, helped me a little bit with my hunger, right? Ooh, this with my eyes, right? That's not a lot of food, man, right? So the hard part with this is after I ate all that in 3.7 seconds, I still feel like I'm hungry. And nutrition-wise, I'm okay, but the whole psychological thing, the whole physiological response of chewing and ingesting, you know, and part of the signaling to our brain saying, hey, we're satiated, we're getting close to satiated, we've been chewing for a while, that's not really present there. So that's where sometimes you can pound that out and nutritionally be okay, I'm all right, I got the macros I need, but I really don't feel full. Because A, that's small in the stomach, and B, I really didn't get that chewing and all that biting and that swallowing and stuff that I usually go through in a meal that helps with the mental and the physiological effect of feeling like we had a good meal, right? So you got to watch that because it's quite easy to turn around in a half an hour, think I'm hungry because of those kind of things, those triggers, and all of a sudden start thinking about chocolate fantastic treats. So again, got to watch that, got to stay on top of that kind of thing. And again, it's a gas station emergency. That's what this does, right? Because you can find this stuff in any gas station, and you get in and out. But like I said, it's really meant to be a tie-over. This should not be, hey, this is meal one every day, right? You do that, you're going to get screwed. You're going to fuck it up. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to be starving or think you're hungry and stuff, and you're going to go and make a terrible choice. Plus, guys, when you're in that gas station, again, you're surrounded by the chocolate fantastic treats, so it's really easy to reach over and how did that happen, right? We don't want that to happen. No, don't put ourselves in that situation. You know what? We're tough against temptation until we're dealing with temptation, right? Chris Rock had a really cool interview. You guys know who Chris Rock is. And he was talking about, one fan was, you know, giving him a hard time about, you know, trying to stay, you know, celibate or loyal to his girlfriend or wife at the time, and you know how he's had, you know, it's come out that he slept with some of his fans, and if he's talked about one, he's probably slept with 10, right? You know, that kind of range. But Chris Rock was really cool, and he said in the interview, he says, listen, you know, all you guys that, you know, give me a hard time and talk about, you know, dealing with temptation, don't get fucking tempted. Not tempted to the level that I do. Right? Can you imagine this guy? Like, again, he's a rock star, right? And that status. So he's got fucking pussy coming at him like frisbees and stuff, right? So again, easy to say, no, you know, I can handle temptation until we're knee deep in the pussy frisbees, right? So again, don't put yourself out there. Don't stand inside in the area where all the pussy frisbees are coming at you. Don't stand in an area where all the chocolate fantastic treats are coming at you, right? Get yourself out of those situations. Stay out of danger's way when it comes to that kind of stuff, temptation's way, and the odds of you screwing it up are going to be a lot less, a lot lower, right? So guys, just a couple tips and tricks to deal with. I know you guys are on day 2 of detox, and this probably messed with you guys a little bit, right? And I apologize, but I just want to get that out there and stuff, and you know, fuck with you guys a little bit. All right, guys, Kurt Haas, SilverBack Blueprint, keep crushing that shit.